Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning. My name is Judge Helix. You are here today for first appearance. Before court today, I reviewed the paperwork and the probable cause affidavits in each of your cases. I have already determined whether there's probable cause for your arrest or not. If I find there was no probable cause, you will be released today. That does not mean that your case is being dismissed. It just means that the arresting officer did not give me what I needed to find probable cause today, and you will need to come back to court another day. If I found probable cause, I will then ask you some questions to determine whether your bond will stay the same, increase, decrease, or whether there will be any other bond conditions imposed against you. Please only answer the questions that I'm asking you here today. They are designed not to get you into any more trouble and designed not to violate your right to remain silent. You are all entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you today. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward. Cheryl English.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
August 4th, 1988.
All right. Ms. English, you are here today for possession of a firearm by a felon. There is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm showing here, or I have a note from the clerk's office saying that there's an outstanding misdemeanor warrant. Jill, do you know if that's been served yet?
I saw it yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay, I thought so. You were in front of me at first appearance yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And then
And
I was charged.
And then you bonded out, right?
No, I haven't bonded out.
You
I
haven't
was
bonded out.
recharged for possession of a firearm.
Before that, right? Okay. So we do have that misdemeanor warrant's been taken care of. You've already been arrested on that. Okay.
Your Honor, this all stemmed from the same incident.
I got you.
Okay.
I just had a note from the clerk about the misdemeanor warrant. It was just unclear. All right. I have an address here on Jason Drive in Brooksville. That's where you live, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And can you tell me again, we did this yesterday, but her prior record was?
She's an adjudication for organized fraud in 2014 at Hernando, adjudication for fraudulent use of credit card 2014 out of Hernando, adjudication grand theft motor vehicle out of Hernando, adjudication organized fraud 2013 out of Hernando, adjudication uttering a forged instrument, grand theft and organized fraud 2013 out of Hernando, a pretrial intervention for retail theft in 2018, a withhold of criminal mischief in 2006, also out of Hernando.
Okay. And the court date we gave her yesterday, that was for a misdemeanor, right?
Yes.
Okay, so today will be the Friday court date. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have your bond of $10,000. We're going to see you back to court on June 22nd at 1:30, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Jason Ulch.
Thank you.
Can I have your date of birth?
6/13/84.
All right, you're here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner on May 14th, so there's probable cause for your arrest. He wants you held no bond on that warrant until you appear back in front of him on June 15th at 1:30. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office and we'll see you back to court then, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Jeffrey Ortiz.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
3/20/73.
You are here today for a retail theft and possession of drug paraphernalia. Your bond amounts right now are $1,500. There is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'll find the public defender's office. Any criminal history?
Yes, Judge, I'm showing out-of-state criminal history in multiple states. Looks like in 2011 there was adjudications for possession of cannabis, possession of methamphetamine. It says a closure violation. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what that is. And also a driving while license suspended. Those appear to be out of Virginia. There's also a guilty disposition in 1993 for manufacturing, distributing LSD. That appears to be out of New Jersey. There is a conviction in 2016. It says fail to provide support, felony. Again, I'm not sure exactly the charge. and that's out West Virginia. Adjudication for failure to appear 2018 on a misdemeanor offense. I do not know what the underlying misdemeanor offense was. There is a 2010 arrest for drug paraphernalia, but it says not arraigned. There's another failure to appear 2012. There is another failure to appear in 2019. There's resisting 2017. I do not have a disposition. And then there were multiple cases in 2017, paraphernalia, resisting, driving while license suspended, fleeing to a blues. Those all seem to be null prop. And a possession of paraphernalia from 2019, and I'm not showing any disposition on that.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, I have an address for you on Jupiter Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, it is.
How long have you lived there?
I just moved here in October and just taking care of my mother.
Okay, from where?
I moved from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Before that, I was in New York.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I do stage work.
What does that mean?
Stage, theater, lighting,
Oh, gotcha.
sound.
Okay. Is there an offer for him today based on that?
I mean, Judge, I don't have an offer at this time.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ortiz, we're going to set your bond at $2,000 each. We'll see you back to court on June 12th at 11 o'clock, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Gary Caples. Can I have your date of birth?
3/29/1964.
You were here today for possession of methamphetamine, actually trafficking of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while your license is suspended or revoked. There's probable cause for your arrest on each of those. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office.
There was an action that was null-prossed in January of this year for possession of controlled substance, possession of medicinal drugs without prescription, paraphernalia, driving while license suspended, and no motor vehicle registration. He does have an extensive history, so I tried to write it down earlier. It's 2018, dealing in stolen property adjudication, 2018, petty theft adjudication, 2015, felony driving while license suspended adjudication, 2014, misdemeanor driving while license suspended adjudication, 2014, petty theft adjudication, 2014, paraphernalia, 2014, controlled substance, 2012, misdemeanor driving while license suspended, 2011, driving while license suspended, 2008, driving while license suspended, 2008, false name to Leo, 2008, grand theft, 2008, fraudulent use of ID, 2008, misdemeanor driving while license suspended, and then there appears to be a gap in time. 1999, he does have further history going back to 1985, involving strong arm robbery, petty theft, bullets, concealed weapons, violation of DL restrictions, DUIs. If you want me to go through them all, I will.
No, that's okay. All right, I'm going to address you on Dark Street in Weeki Wachee. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
7 months.
Do you have a job?
Shrimping, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Shrimping.
Shrimping? Okay. All right. Count number 1, your bond is going to be $50,000. Count number 2 is $2,000. Count number 3 is $1,000. We're going to see you back to court on June 22nd at 1:30. Someone from the public defender's office will reach out to you, okay? Thanks. Emmanuel Correa.
Morning.
Morning. Can I have your date of birth?
6/8/89.
You are here today for domestic battery and a criminal mischief. Currently, there is no bond based on the fact that it's domestic, and that's based on Florida statute. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office, and is there a prior record?
Showing a driving while license suspended charge was dropped out of Dover in 2016.
Which one is that?
That's all I'm showing, Judge, and you're showing everything that goes
Out of order.
I have an address for you on Coburn Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
3 years.
Do you have a job?
Not at the moment. We got laid off.
Okay. What kind of work did you do?
Mortgage.
All right. All right, I need to order that you have no contact with Kara Leddington at this time. You can't have any contact with her whatsoever. You can't go within
Yes, ma'am.
500 feet of her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. No text messaging, social media, or technological contact at all. If you have any contact with Kara while this case is pending, then you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that includes third-party contact as well. You can't send her any messages. I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case she wants to file any civil paperwork against you. And I'm going to set your bond at $100 each count for a total of $200. We'll see you back to court on June 22nd at 1:30.
PD?
Thank you, ma'am.
Raymond Foster.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
6478.
You are here today for possession of controlled substance, possession of morphine, possession of a drug without a prescription, possession of drug paraphernalia, and retail theft. Your total bond right now is $6,000. There's probable cause for your arrest on each of these charges. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. And what are we looking at for criminal history?
I'm showing there is a case open for petty theft from 2019 out of Pasco, and adjudication for possession of controlled substance without prescription, and petty theft from 2018 out of Pasco, adjudication smuggling contraband into a detention facility, possession of a controlled substance without prescription, and possession of cannabis under 20 grams out of Pasco, adjudication driving while license suspended, leaving a scene of an accident, 2017 out of Pasco, adjudication possession of cocaine, 2012 out of Pasco, adjudication 2012 resisting without violence out of Pasco, adjudication for DUI, fourth or subsequent, 2012 out of Pasco, and there were multiple cases dropped in 2011 for DUI, also out of Pasco, adjudication driving while license suspended, 2012, adjudication DUI, 2007 out of Pasco, adjudication driving while license suspended 2007 out of Pasco, adjudication paraphernalia 2007, adjudication petty theft 2005. There is out-of-state history. When I reviewed the out-of-state history, it looked like driving offenses, DUIs.
Okay. Mr. Foster, I have an address for you on Otto Lane in Hudson. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
6 months.
How long have you lived in Florida?
15, 16 years, I think.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I work for Big Bay Roofing. I did.
All right, I'm going to double your bonds on each count based on your prior record. Your total bond's going to be $12,000. We'll see you back to court on June 22nd at 1:30. Glenn Davidson. Can I have your date of birth?
5875.
Thank you. You are here today for a domestic battery. There is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I do.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. And is there any criminal history?
Yes, Judge, I'm showing an adjudication for violation of a domestic violence injunction 2018 out of Citrus, adjudication felony battery for domestic battery by strangulation 2017 out of Citrus, adjudication battery 2007 out of Marion, adjudication battery and resisting without 2007 out of Marion, adjudication felony worthless check out of Marion, another worthless check out of Marion, adjudication reckless driving and driving while license suspended out of Volusia. An action was dropped in 1997 for aggravated assault on law enforcement officer, battery, and tampering with a state witness. Another case was dropped in 1995 for the battery out of Marion as well.
Mr. Davidson, I have an address here on Ruskin Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
11 months.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a painting contractor.
I need to order that you have no contact with Nancy Caruso. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not go within 500 feet of her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. No social media or technological contact at all, and no third-party messages relayed to her. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
If you have any contact with Nancy whatsoever while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case she wants to file any civil paperwork against you so we can serve you with that. I'm going to set your bond at $2,500, and we're going to see you back to court on June 22nd at 1:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.